welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's The Travel Insider. My name is Sofia Rattinger, and joining me is financial analyst Elliot Bullman. Elliot, how are you?
I'm great, Sofia, and you?
Fine, very fine.
And welcome everybody to today's edition. We've got great news coming up here today, but before we start, remember to check out all our social networks, Facebook, Twitter and Google+, and catch us daily on our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's go to the information.
If you're not from Mexico, chances are you've heard enough stories already to have a preconceived and probably wrong idea about this country. Crime is not rampant on the streets, unlike some shows like to portray. Truth is that Mexico, it is as safe as you want it to be. You wouldn't hang out on the bad side of town late at night in any city, would you? Just use basic travel precautions as you would in any other country, and you should be fine.
Is it safe to go to Mexico? We hear that question constantly, and the answer is always yes. If you know where to go, of course, you have to do a bit of previous research and learn about the do's and don'ts of the destination, as one would do when visiting any foreign country. Before brushing up a Mexico trip aside, though, consider some of the top places to visit.
For example, Mexico City. There really isn't a more fascinating city in the world than Mexico's misunderstood capital. Mexico City has a lot of great places like the mariachi field Plaza Garibaldi or its historical center filled with amazing colonial buildings. This city is also the one with the most museums in Latin America, and in the world it occupies second place after London. This ancient city, built over a filled-in lake, has Aztec canals, pyramids, Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo's old studio, and hipster dining-in chic eateries of the Condesa and Polanco. That and a million other things.
That's right, and another great city I recommend you visit is Mérida. 4 hours inland from Cancun, Mérida is real Mexico, a colonial city of around 750,000 population, lived in and loved by locals. It's near to several days worth of superb day trips, and it's not only an underrated add-on to a beach vacation, but a destination in its own right. The city's best on weekends, when the historical core, a scene of 17th century cathedrals made from Mayan bricks, closes to vehicles and fills with open-air stages, taco stands, and so much life. By day, the Ruta Puc is an easy DIY bus loop of Uxmal and 4 other interesting Maya sites. To the northwest, you can tour flamingo-filled mangroves at the fishing village of Celestún.
I love Mérida, but there is also another must-see city on our list named San Miguel de Allende. Yes, it is an obvious choice, and with a good reason. A bit of an American expat go-to of the silver towns of the Central Highlands north of Mexico City, San Miguel de Allende is a stunner. The town itself is the main attraction, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2008. The town of 62,000 is filled with handcraft shops, 17th century cathedrals, botanic gardens, organic farmer restaurants, and lovely guest houses.
And did you know that many international retirees have chosen to settle in San Miguel de Allende to enjoy the ideal expat lifestyle because it offers a calm and peaceful environment, but where there's always something happening? So these are just some of the cities that Mexico will offer you a warm welcome. No matter if you like adventure, luxury, culture, nightlife, or the food, Mexico has everything you're looking for and a lot more besides. You won't regret a minute of your visit to this amazing country.
Of course, we have amazing cities here in Mexico, and of course, Cancun is one of the most beautiful cities, but because of the sea, the sand. I mean, a lot of things.
The waters here, I mean, entice people to come back here year after year. But yeah, the colonial places have a lot more history than some of other North American cities in the world. Well worth checking out.
Yeah. Well, now talking about the myths we heard about Mexico, let's talk about the food. Many people think that if they eat Mexican food, they will get food poisoning, but that's absolutely not the case. While drinking tap water might be inadvisable, Mexican food is one of the best things you can experience.
Yeah, nevertheless, it's good to remember that some people may not be able to handle spicy food very well, so if you are one of those people and you don't want to end up with Moctezuma's revenge, just avoid putting hot salsa in your tacos, as they're usually made from very spicy chili peppers. But as for the overall hygiene, just use your discretion when browsing through street stands anywhere. You know, if you see a fly-infested food stand, keep walking.
I love that Moctezuma's revenge. That's great. It is said that you haven't really visited Mexico until you've tried at least one of the delicious dishes that have made our gastronomy famous worldwide. Without a doubt, Mexico as a country is rich in both natural beauty and living traditions that reflect centuries of history and ancestral cultural legacy. It is known as a place where people receive their guests with uncomparable warmth and enormous smiles, always willing and eager to show a little more what makes Mexico unique. Nonetheless, Mexican cuisine is indisputably the main attraction that captivates locals and visitors alike.
I completely agree with you. You know, Mexican cuisine is as varied and as diverse as its geographic territory. In each of the different states that form the whole of Mexico, you'll find distinct ingredients, flavors, and cooking styles. The coastal states prepare their dishes differently than the mountainous highland regions or the desert regions. To visit each region is to cross a new gastronomic boundary that takes you to a new adventure with every bite.
And I am proud to say that in 2010, Mexican cuisine was listed by UNESCO for its cultural intangible heritage, gaining Mexico recognition for its traditional dishes that retain the names, ingredients, and cooking practices dating back to the pre-Hispanic era and incorporating influences and contributions from other cultures.
For that reason, and many others, you can travel to Mexico, but you mustn't miss out on the opportunity to try the specialities of each region, from mole poblano and chiles en nogada of Puebla to the tikin chic, which is Mayan barbecue-style fish of Cancun, plus the fresh fish of Veracruz. And let's not forget the special Damiana liqueur of Los Cabos, which is just incredible. Dare yourself to discover the boldest flavors that Mexico has to offer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all the dishes that you mentioned. Oh my God, I'm starving now. Finally, another myth is that Mexico is just a big desert with lots of cactuses. Not everyone thinks like this, of course, but there are a lot of people who don't know that Mexico is rich with natural scenery. In fact, it basically has all natural landscapes, mountains, forests, deserts, jungles, beaches, etc. Besides the lush and diverse fauna found in the country. Give it a chance and you will not regret how vast and complete it really is.
Yeah, not only that, due to its geographical location, Mexico has a wide array of ecosystems that inhabit a colorful and exotic diversity of flora and fauna. As a result, the nation is positioned within the 4 richest countries in the world concerning biological matters. Throughout the entire country, we have an infinite biodiversity and a vast selection of colourful ecosystems and natural habitats that host the world's most beautiful and wild animals.
In the northern area of the country, we have the pleasure of receiving the visit of the gray whale during the first 3 months of the year, which is a large and amazing creature that travels south from Alaska and Bering to enjoy the warmth of the Pacific waters. You can whale watch across different destinations of Mexico, such as Ensenada, Guerrero Negro, Bahía Magdalena, and Los Cabos.
As Mexico is a country with such different environments and topographies, there are many scenarios where to embark upon adventures, and you can go from high adrenaline to passive adventure, depending on what you're looking for. Mexico is the destination that you should always pick, as there's always something perfect here for everyone.
Lately, many people prefer to add some adventurous activities to the usual relaxation vacations. These activities are usually known as soft adventures, those that don't involve high life-threatening risks, but do add some action and entertainment. These include cycling, snorkeling, hiking, kayaking, trekking, bird watching, and so on. And all of these are available in different Mexican destinations.
I mean, what sort of places can you go when you go one day zip lining, another day go with whale sharks, scuba diving?
And in the same city, in the same town.
In the same place. I mean, if you're going to bring kids, I mean, or even people that just want to come to relax, there's something for everybody here, right?
Oh yeah.
So Mexico is a country with vast cultural richness, and it's been recognized over the years by the UNESCO, which has in fact designated 33 World Heritage Sites in the nation, therefore becoming the country with the most World Heritage Sites in the American continent. So now you know, Mexico is so much more than just deserts. It's a country that you'll undoubtedly love. So if you don't know where to go on your next vacations, consider Mexico. We're sure you won't regret it.
And you have all kind of sceneries here in Mexico.
It's
All
amazing.
kind of weather also.
Yeah, all kind of weather. I mean, you've got from sometimes the colder weather in Ensenada in winter, but tropical Caribbean climate, over 300 days of sunshine a year in the Yucatan, right?
And sometimes, I mean, some years in the north part of the country, we have snow.
Yeah,
I mean, in
can
the
you believe
mountains,
that?
but we have snow. So we have amazing beaches, snow, amazing weather here in this country. And this was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Sofia Rattinger.
And I'm Elliot Bullman. Thanks for joining us. Remember to follow us on all our social networks, Facebook, Google+, and Twitter, and catch us daily on our website for more relevant news and stories. Until next time.
Have a great day.